Hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Skinner. Throughout my career, I've observed that individuals going through a divorce often show symptoms of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. What are those symptoms? That's what I want to talk about in this short video. To see if you are experiencing those symptoms, please continue. The first symptom is a threat to life. Now, threat to life specifically is it is a threat to your life. Now, some people say, well, I don't know if I was actually threatened, but I have feared for my life. What are the specific behaviors that occurred in the relationship? Sometimes there is a specific threat, a life-threatening behavior such as hitting, grabbing. Sometimes it occurs while two people are fighting. And sometimes it's just simply a verbal threat, I'm going to kill you. Now, that can feel like a threat, and it can be a witnessed threat through domestic violence and other harmful behaviors. This is probably the most common symptom that people who have PTSD, they don't necessarily have, but they are not sure that they are safe. And so there's this underlying question or fear, am I safe? So criteria one is threat to life. It could also have come during the relationship through violence in the relationship or sexual assault in the relationship or other forms of fear-based experiences. The way a person drives could be another example, and I feared for my life. Those are specific things that you can say that I feel like a threat to my life. So that's criteria A. Criteria B is reliving it. Nightmares, flashbacks, being triggered by things that occurred while in the relationship or that are occurring currently. If you have specific triggers, that would be criteria B, reliving the event or events. Criteria C is avoidance. That's when you begin to avoid people or places that remind you of your ex-spouse or your spouse. So that's criteria C's first part. And the second part of it is related to avoiding your own thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So if you find there are certain emotions that you just don't want to have and you avoid them, you're numbing out, you're binge watching TV, you're drinking too much, you're doing things to escape, that could qualify in criteria C as avoidance, avoiding, you're numbing out because you don't want to feel the feelings of what your divorce has created. The fourth criteria, what we call criteria D, is related to negative cognitions in your mood, thought patterns. I'm unlovable. There's something wrong with me. The world's not a safe place. I don't know who I can trust. Those type of negative thoughts, cognitions are really common as individuals go through a divorce because you begin to question whether people are safe or not safe. So that's criteria D is negative thoughts, your mood, depressive symptoms. Those are all a part of that. And the final one is related to emotional arousal and reactivity. You're more anxious. You can't sleep. It feels like your mind is racing all the time. That's criteria E of PTSD. We often see in situations where that emotional arousal is high, where people are very hypervigilant. They're monitoring, they're checking. Even if you're going through a divorce, you might be checking what your spouse is doing, but what you're doing is you're seeking safety. And the hypervigilance is your body's way of trying to protect yourself. So that's criteria E of post-traumatic stress disorder. So those are the 5 common symptoms. There are 2 other ones. One is that I'm not able to perform in my normal occupation, parenting, or other roles. And that is a consistent thing that's happening to you. And then the final one is that you need to have experienced or be continually experiencing these symptoms for more than 1 month. So those are the symptoms of PTSD. Now, can divorce trigger those? Well, I'm going to invite you to consider that as you do a self-reflection. Are you experiencing these symptoms? As a professional therapist, one of the things that I do know is that these symptoms need to be addressed to help you heal from your divorce and other life experiences. Now, one way that you can do this is in a mini course that I call the Essentials to Healing After Divorce that we have created. It is designed to help individuals who are experiencing these symptoms learn more about them and how to strategically go through them. This mini course has an assessment, the post-divorce adjustment inventory, that really will explore you in these areas and additional areas and provide specific feedback to help you in your healing journey. If you'd like to learn more, you can find it at humanintimacy.com. And the course is the Essentials for Healing After Divorce. Now, I hope it's helpful as you go through this information to help you identify whether you have PTSD symptoms or not associated with your divorce. Thank you very much.